Okay. So regarding the washing facilities, we have certain requirements. I mean, number of taps to be provided. Here we have the list here. You can refer even this AP factories rules also. It is an open source, so you can directly download from the Google itself. Okay. So with respect to the drying the wet cloths, so as we see, so these are the list of industries where it is required. So the clauses of the factories mentioned in schedule annexed here to facilities for the safe keeping and clothing not worn during the working hours and for the drying of wet clothes using in the course of work. So these kind of industries, there we need to provide this drying of wet clothes facility. Then with respect to the first aid appliances, the first aid boxes and cupboards shall be distinctly marked in red color and white background and shall be contain following equipments. So you'll see you'll have you sometimes we used to put green color with white background, but as per the requirement, it has to be red color in writing with a plus symbol saying first aid box or with the language people will understand, along with the white color background. So where the factories which the number of persons employed does not exceed 10, or in the case of factories in which mechanical power is not used or does not exceed 50%, which means where it is a small one, the people does not extend or exceed 10, or they are not using any mechanical power. For them, you can use this first aid appliances like dressing pads, etc. Okay, medium sized sterilized dressing, large sized sterilized dressing, large sized sterilized burn dressing, and 60 ml bottle of centromide solutions, okay, antiseptic solution. These are the requirements. And where for the factories which mechanical power is used and which the number of persons employed exceeds 10 but not exceed 50. So from below 50 with a mechanical power, for those factories they can use this set of appliances. Then factories employing more than 50, so we use this set of appliances. Okay, the requirement is differ from the set of people. Okay. Then ambulance room, for the ambulance room also you have a set of requirements. So here you should have ambulance room shall be a separate at least rest in the factory and shall be used only for the purpose of first aid treatment and rest. It shall have a floor area at least 24 square meters with smooth. So it is nothing but occupational health center. Okay. So in that, these are the provisions you should be keep ready.
So how much contractor employee required for that ambulance room?
Contract employee, I mean the full-time nurse. So there'll be
No, not about strain, not about nurse. I'm talking about how much contractor worker available for factory. For in our company, we have only to 100 to 50, but we have first aid room center, not ambulance room.
No, I mean, in the sense, I mean, ambulance room in the sense it is first aid center only.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Here the terminology they mentioned it is an ambulance room. It is not an ambulance where the, I mean, the vehicle. It is room only. That's where they mentioned the 24 square meters, the area.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
yeah.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
So in that you should have this all these appliances or the articles in place. Okay, let us need not to go through this because it is a big list. You can refer in the in your free time. Okay, then canteen also we have. So this is other provision 65 to 71 shall it be enforced with respect to the factories of such dates from the official gazette. The occupier of every factory notified by the state government and wherein more than 250 workers are ordinary employed shall provide a near in or near the factory an adequate canteen according to the standards. So either it can provide within the facility or very close to the facility as well. So the canteen building shall be situated not less than 50 feet from any latrine, urinal, boiler house, coal stocks, ash pumps, and also any other source of dust, smoke, or avaxeous fumes. So it should be a bit away from the these kind of areas where it can contaminate or where it can generate the dust, etc. So the canteen building shall be constructed in accordance with the plans approved by the chief inspector and shall be accommodate at least a dining hall, kitchen, storeroom, pantry, and also washing place separately for the workers and for the utensils. And also the minimum height of the building shall not be then 12 feet, and the walls and the roof shall be a suitable heat resisting materials and also shall be waterproof so that it can be washed. Okay, it should not be less than 12 feet. Okay, these are the other provisions. Let us need on to again dining hall. Okay, so regarding the committee, so as we seen, there should be a formation of committee who can takes care of the canteen. So a manager shall appoint a canteen managing committee, which can be consulted from time to time. Consulted from instance meetings, the quality and quantity of food stuff to be served in the canteen. So they will discuss on the quantity and quality, the arrangement of menus, and times of meals in the canteen. Also, any other matter as may be directed by the committee. Okay, these are the things they used to discuss. The canteen committee shall consist of equal number of persons nominated by the occupier as elected by the workers, and number of elected workers shall be in the proportion of 1 for every 1,000 workers employed in the factory, provided that in no case shall be more than 5 or less than 2 workers on the committee. In the case the workers refuse to elect their representatives, the occupier shall himself nominate the workers' representatives. So here, for the formation of this committee, from 1,000 employees, you have to take, I mean, 1,000 workers, you have to take one member. Okay, it should not be more than five. It should not be less than two. And in between two to five, you can have the workers representatives. Okay, these are the some other this thing. So again, as I mentioned yesterday, annual medical examination of fitness of each member of the canteen staff who handles the foodstuffs and carried out by the factory medical officer or a certifying surgeon who should include a routine blood examination, routine and bacterial testing of the faces and also the urine for germs and also dysentery and also typhoid fever or any examination including chest x-ray that may be considered necessary by the factory medical officer or certifying surgeon and any person who in the opinion of factory medical officer or certifying surgeon, is unsuitable for employment on account of possible risk to the health of the other shall not be employed as a canteen staff. So they will be going for medical examinations. So if the medical officer or found that okay he is not fit for continuing the employment because of health risk of the others, so they will be not be elected or selected for the canteen works. Then shelters and restrooms, here also we have, yeah, if you see the building of the shelters or restrooms, the building shall be soundly constructed and the walls and roofs shall be of suitable heat resisting material and shall be of waterproof. The floors and walls to the height of 90 centimeters shall be laid of any finished as to provide a smooth and also hard impervious surface from the floor level to the 90 centimeters. And the height of the room in the building shall not be less than 3.5 meters from the floor level and to the lowest part of the room, and there shall be at least 12 square meters of floor area for every person employed. Okay, 12 square feet area we should able to give for the each person, provided that the workers who habitually go home for their meals during the rest periods may be excluded in the calculating the number of workers to be accommodated. Sometimes what will happen, especially in the cement plants where they have their quarters within the factory, usually they go to the quarters and have lunch and come. So in such cases you can exclude such people in the calculation of this accommodation. Okay, so these are the requirements. Let's go back to the creech facility. So are you able to see the Factories Act now, or still we are in Andhra Pradesh factories rules?
Yes, sir, able to see. Yes.
Okay, because I'm open two documents simultaneously, I don't know whether it can able to accept that shifting from one document to other document. Okay, great. Yeah. When you talk about the creech facility, so in every factory where more than 30 women workers are ordinary employed, there shall be provided and maintained a suitable room or rooms for the use of children under the age of 6 years of such women. Okay, under the age of 6 till 6 years, so they can use this facility. Such a room shall be adequate accommodation, shall be adequately lightened and ventilated, shall be maintained in a clean and sanitary condition, and shall be under the charge of women trained in the care of children and infants. So the room should be properly, adequately ventilated and lightened and clean and sanitary condition, because of small kids will be there, so it should be maintained under the charge of women trained in the care of children and the infants. So basically one uh, I mean caretaker will be there for these kids to take care of and who are trained in that. Okay, so as per the state government rules prescribing the location and also the standards in respect of construction, accommodation, furniture, and also other equipment of rooms to be provided. So I mean state government will define this and requiring the provisions in the factory to which this section applies and additional facilities for care of children belonging to women workers, including suitable provisions of the facilities for washing and charging changing their clothes. Okay, washing facilities as well as for dress changing, requiring the provision of this factory for a free milk or a refreshment or both for such children. So here the management need to provide a free milk and also other refreshment things, for example some toys or some creating some play zone area, etc., and requiring that facilities shall be given in any factory for mothers of such children to feed them at necessary intervals. And also, hence these are feeding kids, I mean till to, I mean some kids they used to have the mother's milk till at age of 3 years also, but till if the mother is a feedy mother, so where they can come and feed their children, we have to provide such provision. When you see in the rules, rule number 73, the occupier who is required to provide a creech under section 48 shall submit for the approval of the chief inspector a detailed plans in triplicate of the creech building to be constructed, and such a building shall be in accordance with the plans approved by the chief inspector and also satisfy such condition or condition as may be imposed by the chief inspector. So you have to show where you are providing this creech and you have to get it approved by the chief inspector. The creech shall be conveniently accessible to the mother of the children accommodated therein, and so far as reasonably practicable, it shall not be situated in close proximity to any part of the factory where noxious fumes, dust, or odors are given off, in which excessively noisy process are carried on. So it should not be so close to such kind of factory operations. Then a building in which the creature is situated shall be soundly constructed, and all the walls and the roof shall be suitable heat resisting materials and shall be waterproof, and the floor and internal walls of the creech to the height of 1.2 meters around shall be laid a finished as to provide a smooth impervious surface. So till the 1.2 meters height from the floor level, it should have a smooth surface which is impervious, which means it will not absorb any water, etc. And the height of the room in the building shall be not less than 3.65 meters from the floor, and the lowest part of the roof and shall be of not less than 1.8 meters from the floor. It should not be less than 1.8. And the effective and suitable provision shall be made in part of creech for securing and maintaining adequate ventilation by circulation of fresh air. So you have to ensure proper air circulation happens within the creech room, and also it is adequately furnished and equipped in a particular. There shall be a one suitable cot or a cradle with the necessary feeding for each child, provided that for the children over 2 years of age it will be sufficient. If suitable bedding is made available, at least one chair or equivalent seating accommodation for the use of each mother while she is feeding or attending to her child, and sufficient supply of suitable toys for the older children. Okay, one cot or cradle for the kids till the 2 years of age, and also we can have at least one chair or suitable provision for their mothers when they come for the feeding of the children, and also the suitable toys for the who are older, in the sense maybe above 2 years till 6 years. So we have to provide the toys as well. And the crate shall be ordinarily provided with one cradle for every 30 women workers employed in the factory, subject to a minimum number of 6 cradles. So minimum 6 cradles should be provided. Okay. And also a suitably fenced and also shady open playground shall be provided for the old children's. Okay. It is fenced with a and a open playground area, provided that the chief inspector may be in order to writing except any factory from complaints with this sub rule if he is satisfied that there is not sufficient space available for the provisions of such playground. So we can take the exemption also if it is not uh, available such provision or a place. Okay. Then 49. So welfare officer. So section number 49, and we came back to Factories Act again. So in every factory wherein 500 or more workers are ordinarily employed, the occupier shall employ in the factory such number of welfare officers as may be prescribed. So every 500 workers, one welfare officer should be employed. Okay, their duties and qualifications as mentioned in the state government. Will see that. Then power to make supplements. So this is where the government can make the changes in this specific chapter or the sections in this. That is not important. Then working hours of the adults from chapter 6 will not go through the all the sections which are not so important. Will cover only the key points. Okay. So when I talk about working hours, no adult worker shall be required or allowed to work in a factory more than 48 hours in a week, which means 8 hours in a day. Okay, that is the working hours. Then weekly holidays, no adult worker shall be required or allowed to work in any factory on the first day of the week, hereinafter referred to as said day unless. So when you say weekly ones, they have to have one holiday. When you say first day of week, when you say first day, it is Sunday. Preferably, the organization used to have their rotational week offs, at least one weekly half in a day. Then compensatory holidays. So where the result of passing on order or making the rules there under this act exempting a factory or workers therein the provisions of section 52, a worker is uh, deprived or any weekly holidays for which provision is made under subsection 1, that section he shall be allowed within the month in which the holiday were due to him or over him, the 2 months immediately following the month compensatory holiday of equal days to the holidays so lost. So he can take the compensatory holidays if he worked for any excess hours if he works, or if he has not taken any holiday as per section 2. So he can within 2 months he has to consume that compensatory holidays. Then daily hours with respect to the section 1, no adult worker shall be required or allowed to work in a factory more than 9 hours in a day. So when I say daily, weekly it is 48. If you talk about daily in a factory, more than 9 hours. If you take a specific day, it should not be worked. Then rest intervals. So this is also very important. So the period of work, the adult workers in a factory, each day shall be so fixed that no period shall exceed 5 hours, and that no worker shall work for more than 5 hours before he has had an interval of at half an hour. So for every 5 hours of work, they should get at least half an hour as a break. Okay. I got a question. Sir, how many women employees each facility is to be established as mentioned workers going out for lunch in the case of any outward incident outside the plant premises? How to act on such cases? Yeah, one is for the regarding the Creech facility. I mean, answering your first question Chaitanya. So here, 30 women employees. If you're ordinary employed, minimum 30 women employees. There you have to provide the Creech facility. So when we talk about lunch hours, so these kind of facility will happen, especially what do you call in the such a kind of operations or factories where they have their own company quarters. Even sometimes people used to go for lunch also outside. So when talk about how to act this instant, this ultimately hence he is in working hours. So it is our responsibility to take care of such incidents. I didn't understand. I mean, how to act on such cases. I mean, what your exact specific question on this?
Sir, if he is going for lunch outside, no, in between,
Mm-hmm.
during his maybe while coming or while going, if he occurs with some accident or something, so what would be the case from our side?
Case in the sense, I mean, how the company should, I mean, take care
How
of
to
that
act?
incident.
How? Yes, sir.
So here two cases, Chaitanya. One is whether the company is having any official rule or written that the people can go out and have their lunch. That is the one case. And second, when a person is met with an accident, here the company can act in two ways. One is how he is insured. Either he is covering under ESIC, either he is covering under medical insurance. Accordingly, the company will take up, but they have to uh, write those incidents. It has to be recorded and it has to be informed to the inspector of factories in case of it is becoming any what do you call any reportable or any I mean, I'm not getting the term, any disability. I mean, temporary disability or partial disability or permanent disability. That is how we can take this case.
So
Even
it depends.
if the employee, even he is coming for the duty also, even on his own, that is also a case which we have to be reported in case he is met with. Even sometimes, even the company owned vehicles also will met with an accident. In those cases also we have to report.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the topic again. Yep. As I said, rest intervals. So for every 5 hours of work, so we need to have proper break for half an hour, which means 30 minutes. Then spread over. So spread over in the sense XSRs. So the period of work of an adult worker in a factory shall be so arranged that an inclusive of his intervals of rest under
Slide are not
section.
showing.
Sorry,
Slide are not visible.
it's not visible. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I'll share again. Okay, so spread over. So as I mentioned, a
Sir,
period of work
sir,
of an
just a
adult.
question.
Please.
Sir, half an hour is beyond lunch hour.
Correct. This is what I'm expecting. When I say, I mean, our shift hours are in such a way that, for example, if you go for a first shift where it
Hmm.
starts at
Eh,
uh,
seven
six
or
o'clock.
six. Yes,
Maybe. I mean, generally it starts from six to
yes,
two.
6 to 2. Yes,
So
yes.
when we start at six,
Hmm.
exactly in between 8:30 or nine, we'll have a lunch. Sorry,
Yeah,
breakfast.
breakfast,
Correct.
breakfast. Yes,
Again, in between 12:30,
1 to
11 to
2.
12:30, we'll have a tea break. Here
Yes,
it is a 10 minutes. So here
yes.
for your covering. So
Hmm.
breakfast will be around 15 to 20 minutes. Correct.
Yes,
So
yes.
tea break will be 10 to 15 minutes,
10 to
maximum 10
15 minutes.
minutes. 15 minutes will not be there. 5 to 10
Yes,
minutes
okay.
of tea break will be there. That is how it
Oh,
will works. When you take
okay.
for second shift, they'll have
Hmm.
they
Dinner
starts at
time.
2. Yeah, dinner time will be there.
Yes.
And if it is a general, they'll have lunch time.
Lunch
So
and
general
tea.
starts at 8:30. If you take 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, exactly 5 hours, you will have a lunch break. Then
Okay.
again, you will have tea break.
Hmm.
Even we need not again specifically think on, the shifts are designed in such a way that so it will automatically the rest
Follow.
intervals comes in.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So spread over in the sense they shall not spread over more than 10.5 hours in a day. So when you say OT, their general shift hours are 8 hours. I mean, more, overall together, you should not exceed more than 48 hours. If it is exceeding in a day, you should not exceed. You should not work more than 10. Still, if it is spreading, max to max 10.5 hours. Okay, that is the requirement. So as we know, the hours people used to do 12 hours duty, so even sometimes they do dual shift as well, so definitely there they'll get the compensation. Okay, so
Sir,
a work.
is there any sir, is there any difference between Maharashtra factory rules and factory rules? I think 12 hours are max.
There may
At
be
max.
the slight difference will be there, Srinivas. As I mentioned, the
Huh,
act will be remain same for the entire
huh,
India. The rules
okay.
will change.
Okay.
That will be changed. You can
I
refer to
think,
the
sir,
uh,
yeah, latest rules, I think it's 12 hours, sir, at max. Beyond 12
okay.
hours, at any cost, we shall not allow to do.
Yeah, yeah. Even I mean that is the case, but still the
Hmm.
people are doing two shifts. Who comes for first?
Huh.
Sometimes
16
they
hours
continue second shift
bigger.
also.
Yes, sir.
That is
Yeah,
there,
correct, correct,
but
sir. Huh.
yeah, with the I mean OT and all they are paying. It is somehow it is managed. There
Okay.
is no hard stop that okay after 12 hours. Even there are companies also, Srinivas. I have seen
Yeah, sir.
whatever you do, nothing
Hmm.
they care about. So if it is shift means
Hmm.
shift,
Okay,
they
okay.
have to
Sir,
leave the
12 hours
factory.
duty, that
Yes.
the company that office two week leaves given, sir.
దట్ ఈస్ ఐ మీన్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ రామకృష్ణ. ఒక్కోసారి ఏమవుతుందంటే వీళ్ళు కొన్ని కంపెనీలు ఓటీ
Mm.
ఇవ్వరు, వీక్లీ ఆఫ్ ఇస్తారు.
Mm.
కొన్ని కంపెనీలు ఓటీ
Yes,
ఇస్తారు.
yes.
సో అట్లా
Yes,
ఉంటుంది
Yes,
correct.
correct.
Hmm.
Mm.
కంపెనీ
Ac-
ప్రాక్టీస్ని బట్టి. కొంతమంది ఏంటంటే
Actually, sir,
వీక్లీ ఆఫ్ ఇచ్చేస్తే షిఫ్ట్ మేనేజ్ అవ్వదని చెప్పేసి ఓటీ పే చేస్తూ ఉంటారు, మ్యాన్ పవర్
yes.
తక్కువ
Yes, sir.
ఉన్నప్పుడు.
Yes.
Actually, gas pipeline में कैसा है, sir? Actually, manpower is very less. है ना? We
కరెక్ట్.
used to manage only operators for continuation of the plant. Two operators will be there for shift, and rest
ఓకే,
all mechanical, electrical, instrumentation technicians, whole technicians and helpers will be coming in general shift.
ఓకే, ఓకే. I mean, what
So
happens in case of any, I mean, second shift or night shift, in case of any issue comes in,
work
any
continues.
leakage? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Same people will be continuing. That's what I am saying.
Or who comes in
Instead
general,
of
they will be continued.
yes, yes.
Spread over will be there. Okay,
Right,
okay.
right. Uh,
Because yeah, those incidents are not common, right? It
yes,
won't
sir.
like
Yes.
every day it will be there.
Correct.
Hardly once in a month. I mean, very rare situations. Even we can't say that once in a month also. Whenever
नहीं
the
तो
problem.
आता है एवरी प्रोजेक्ट्स को चलते हुए कभी भी आता है नॉट
Uh-huh,
वेरी लेस आल्सो
uh-huh.
वीकली वंस वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट
No, instead of that, they can have one standby, two standby people, no, in the shifts instead of coming everybody in general.
नो सर जनरली एवरीडे शेड्यूल्ड वर्क रहता है ना पीएम
Okay,
सीएम
okay,
वर्क
okay,
तो उसके
okay,
लिए आना ही है
okay,
वैसे
okay. Understood, understood.
ओके सर
Okay, fine. So we have 10 seconds. I'm stopping here. Tomorrow we'll have class in the morning, 7 to 9. Okay. So
7 to
just
9,
to
sir.